Alright, another day, another Gundam. So, today we have the Gundam Dynames. Let's shuffle that up a touch so you can see it. So the Dynames is from Gundam 00. This one is a master grade, piloted by Lock-On Stratos. I've heard and read some really good reviews about this one, so I'm super keen to build it. Finally arrived the other day from Japan. It took about a month, or a little over a month to get here. So, God, that took forever, but I'm really glad it's finally here. I'm looking forward to building this one. It looks pretty straightforward, and it's not a huge amount of stuff, so it'll probably take 3, maybe 4 hours to get it all. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Looks like we have some just sticker decals instead of the water transfers, which I absolutely despise. I would prefer some more dry decals, but stickers will be alright. These particular type of stickers are much better than the color correction type. So yeah, this will be quite fun to build. I'm looking forward to putting it together, and I think I might be able to use some of the LED units from my perfect grade in this, which will be pretty cool as well. So yeah, let's get the show on the road. Okay, so for particular reasons, I'm not going to be touching the Gundam during the review this time around, mainly because I am the one holding the light on him at the moment. So yeah, this is a serious jury rig set up to get the best light on him while I've got this thing flashing in the background, which is ruining the colour depth of the camera, but whatever. Deal with that as it comes along. So I really need to figure out a better thing. But anyway, Master Grade Dynames from Gundam 00. He is super cool. Huge amount of fun to build. There was a few challenges that I came across, especially in the shield parts along the things. It turns out as you're building them, these little parts, the second and third one, you need to build them while attaching them to the first and the second one respectively, or else you can't pull them back apart very easily. So I've kind of nearly broken parts in here in order to open them enough to get them to squeeze back up. Yeah, it was a bit frustrating, and that was silly on my part and my own mistake. But look at him. Look how cool he is. He's got some serious articulation. So unlike most of my other kits, or pretty much all of my other kits, there is no little PC polycaps. So they just, he's super solid. So polycaps will eventually loosen up. They are very soft plastic, and depending on the temperatures and other things that are going on, they will just loosen up and soften up and the joints become really soft. But this guy here, he's all ABS plastics and things like that, so his joints should never really soften up a huge amount. So he'll hold this pose that he's in right now almost permanently, which is pretty cool. He does also have, just in here, behind this part here, there's a GN drive. So I've stolen the LED units that I got with my 7 sword. I took the one out of the Buster sword and the one out of its head in order to put them into the GN drive in here. You twist it and it lights up there and in the back, which looks pretty cool. So I'll swap them between the two kits until I get some independent LEDs, which I should eventually do, but the Bandai ones are pretty garbage. So we'll see how willing I am to spend money on that. I do also have added a few stickers, which is a bit unusual for me, but these are like the actual stickers rather than the water transfers or dry transfers. So I'm a little bit more comfortable putting these on than I am the water transfers. I've never been able to put those water transfers on without just totally screwing the pooch on them. So yeah, that's always been a bit of an annoyance for me. But overall, this guy, I followed the recommendation of Mecha Gaikotsu in order to pick this kit up, and I waited over a month for it to arrive here in Australia from Japan, and wow, am I glad that I waited for it to arrive from Japan. It is a really solid kit, and it was a pleasure to build, and I hope that more kits follow the design of this one with the ABC caps instead of the poly caps, and things like that. So fingers crossed as we continue on into the future, we see more kits of this particular quality come out of Japan and Bandai, and we get the pleasure of building more and more kits that are just this top tier that this one is. But yeah, overall, for a master grade, it's an easy 9. It's not a perfect kit. There's a few loose parts. I originally really wanted to have the sniper being held by the 2 hands, but there's just not quite enough range of movement in the shoulders. It may just be how I built it, but there's just not quite enough range of movement in the shoulders, and it feels like the gun is being bent and twisted out of shape, and it's not quite right. So I've got it in this action pose instead, where it looks like he's put it off one or two last shots before going into close combat melee, which is kind of cool. I might pop him onto his action stand at some point. He does have his little adapter here in order to be able to pop him onto an action standard. I do have a free action stand 5 at the moment, so I might pop him onto an action stand when I put him up onto my shelf, but in the meantime I'm enjoying his look as it is. So I hope you enjoyed the time-lapse build. If you are looking for a new master grade and you don't already have a Dynames, I would strongly recommend it. And if you do have a Dynames, share some of your other photos and enjoyment of build with them. I'd love to see what other people have done with this particular kit. He seems super dynamic and able to go into some pretty awesome action poses. So yeah, I'm looking forward to people's feedback on it, and I'll see you for my next build.